We'll pick it up in the bottom of the second. It is already 2-0 Houston. Bill Doran right back at and through Bryn Smith into center field to get Jose Cruz home. 3-0 Astros. Stayed that way until the 8th. With 1 run in, it was 3-1. Timmy Raines with a comebacker. Off Bob Knepper's leg. Vance Law will score on the infield hit, and it's 3-2. On comes Charlie Kerfeld in relief. He couldn't stop the Expos' Andre Dawson with a fly ball to deep center field, deep enough to get Rene Gonzalez home to tie the game at 3-3. 2 reasons why the Astros are in first place. Here's one of them. Mike Fitzgerald at the plate and some good defense. Watch Craig Reynolds go deep into the hole, and watch Glenn Davis at first with the incredible stretch to get the out. And the other reason, timely hitting. Runners at first and second in the 11th. Davey Lopes in his first game as an Astro, the base hit in the left center field to get Dickie Thon home. And the Astros win it by a score of 4-3. Expos have now lost 4 straight. Houston has won 6 in a row, including their last 4, which they have won in their final turn at bat. Lopez the winner. He is 2-1. Burke the loser. He is 7-3.
No bench-clearing brawls for the Astros pursuers, the Giants, as there were in St. Louis last night, and it's a good thing. Giants ace pitcher Mike Krukow suffered a rib cage injury during last night's melee. He'll miss at least 1 start. As for tonight's punch-free game at Busch Stadium, there were injuries, though. The Cardinals, good news turns into bad news in the 4th inning. Mike Izod-Lacoste delivers the pitch to me and Willie McGee. McGee has a gapper. He's going to go for 3. But on the way from 2nd to 3rd, McGee pulls up lame, strains a hamstring. He's now day-to-day. Trailing 1-0, the Giants had only 2 hits through 6 innings of play, both off the bat of Joel "Come on, people now" Youngblood. He reaches Danny Cox for a base hit here, scoring Jose Uribe. We're tied at 1. But in the 6th inning, the Cards do some hitting. Andy Van Slyke off the hanging curveball by Lacoste. Youngblood plays it like a hand grenade. Hits over his head. Triple for Van Slyke. 4-1 Cards after 6. Giants get 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th. But Todd Morrell comes out to stop the Giant rally. Kurt Ford tucks the final line drive by Bob Melvin and the Blue Notes away. And St. Louis, behind Danny Cox, has swept the series from the Giants, beating San Francisco 4-3. The Giants went into St. Louis tied for first place with the Astros. They leave St. Louis 3 games behind. Before the All-Star game, the Cincinnati Reds came into New York and swept the 3-game series from the Mets. This time, the cleat was on the other foot as the Mets tried to complete a 3-game sweep of their own on Reds turf at Riverfront. And wouldn't you know it, it's Shotzi's birthday, and in the town, the New York Mutts, but they're not the Mutts this year. Eddie Milner, though, says, hey, wait a minute, Ron Darling, I'm going to take you deep. Home run number 8 of the year for Milner, 1-0 Reds. Next man up at the bottom of the 3rd is Dave Parker. And you take a look. Boom! Is there any question about this hit? This guy has been in a groove. Strawberry just stands there and right. 2-0 Cincinnati, but in the top of the 8th with the Reds leading 2-1. Kevin Mitchell takes reliever Ron Robinson back, gone. 2-run homer for Kevin Mitchell has given the Mets the 3-2 lead. In the bottom of the 8th, with 2 outs, a tying run at 3rd for Cincinnati. Eddie Milner homer earlier. Not this time, says Ron, oh my darling. Darling, now the 4th 10-game winner on the New York Mets starting staff. He's 10-3. Robinson elusive for the first time this year in relief as the Mets beat Cincinnati 3-2. Oh, by the way, last 2 years at Riverfront, the Mets 11 up and only 1 down. So they definitely like playing there in Riverfront.
With the first place Astros hot, the last thing the San Diego Padres needed was a 5-game skid just when it appeared they were ready to challenge in the NL West. But the Pods turns things around against the Cubs in Chicago this afternoon, where it was beautiful baseball weather and not bad day to go sailing either on Lake Michigan. And the Cubs took the lead when Ryan Sandberg took Andy Hawkins over the wall in left center field for his 10th homer of the year. Broke a 3-3 tie and put the Cubs up 4-3. Cubs played long ball again in the 6th inning. Jody Davis with a drive deep to left field. All those people waved goodbye to it over the wall and out into the street. Number 12 of the year and a souvenir for one lucky person. It was 5-3. In the 7th, the Padres, however, came back. John Pruff follows Tony Gwynn's RBI double with his 3rd hit of the game, a base hit to center to get Gwynn home, and it was 5-5. In the 8th inning, Marvell Wynn, a liner to left. Gary Matthews makes the All-American effort, but leaves it laying in the grass. Bip Roberts comes around the score, and the Pods take the lead for good at 6-5. With Wynn on 3rd, Dave Comforts, a wild pitch. Jody Davis will make a great play to try to get him, but Wynn just runs Gumpert over at home plate. Run number 7, and the Padres win it by a score of 7-5 to snap games. He is 7-4. Fontenot takes the loss, and Rich Gossage with 3 strikeouts in the 9th inning. Save number 16, and with that victory, the Padres stay 6 games back of Houston, and as we said, snap their 5-game losing streak. At Atlanta, the Phillies 4-2 winners over the Braves. Rookie lefty Bruce Ruffin tossed a 6-hitter and got home run support from Juan Samuel and Von Hayes. The Phillies win their 4th straight, but Atlanta is in trouble. They've lost 3 in a row and 14 of their last 16. At Pittsburgh, the Dodgers over the Pirates 6-5. Dodgers have now won 4 of their last 5. Kenny Landreau homered for L.A. off loser Rick Russell, who is 1-8 over his last 9 starts. Oral Hershiser got the win.
Speaking of the Pirates, they spent the day wheeling and dealing, but a trade involving disgruntled all-star hurler Rick Rhoden was not in the offing. Instead, mystery man pitcher Jose De Leon, he of the great talent but the horrendous record, was traded to the Chicago White Sox for infielder Barry Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla, I should say. De Leon had been in Triple-A in Hawaii. Now he goes to the pale-host Triple-A team in Buffalo. Talk about a change of scenery. The Pirates also gave outfielder first baseman Lee Mazzilli his unconditional release.
We'll see if we can shed a little light on the American.
Third in a hurry.
Boston Red Sox pitcher Dennis Oil Can Boyd, on a leave from a hospital where he has been undergoing tests, was arrested tonight for an old unpaid motor vehicle violation. A West Coast trip in the middle of summer is often the highlight of the year for many vacationers, but don't sell that one to the Boston Red Sox. 7 games at supposed AL doormat Seattle and Oakland have netted the Eastern leaders only 1 win. The latest of their trials and tribulations in the Pacific time zone occurred this afternoon against the A's. Actually, it began all right. Top of the 2nd, Don Baylor up for the Red Sox. Dave Stewart pitching for Oakland. Boom! Hangs one, and Baylor knows what to do with it, depositing it deep over the left field fence. Baker will jump and can't come up with it. The Red Sox lead it 1-0. Bottom of the 3rd, we are tied at 1. Former Red Sox Carney Lansford tees off on Al Nipper. 2-run shot gives the A's the 3-1 lead. In the top of the 4th inning, Bill Buckner is up. And he's going to shoot one out to the left center field gap. Where's Dusty Baker? Can't leap, right? You saw that? Oh! He can still play defense. Nice diving grab by Dusty. Bottom of the 4th, still 3-1 A's. Buckner olays the ball down the first base line by Tony Phillips. He had 3 hits today. Mike Davis scores. Fettuccine Alfredo Griffin will score. It's 5-1. Bottom of the 4th. Add Tim Lawler for a little gasoline. Lansford lights him up for his second 2-run dinger. And can it be, don't tell me, out in the stands, a Yankee fan? Does he know something we don't know? The Red Sox are stumbling. They got bombed by Oakland today, 9-2. As they sweep that 3-game series. Dave Stewart went 8, struck out 6, gave up only 5 hits. And good news for the A's, Jay Thurston B. Howell made his first relief appearance since May.
With each and every Red Sox loss, the New York Yankees breathe a little deeper, get a little more fire in their eyes, and gain a little ground. Today, they got a favor. It may be the only time all year Texas pitcher Mitch Williams has forgotten to cover first base on a ball hit to the right side, and it cost him. Yankee fans do have a message for the Red Sox, who've seen their lead dwindling over the days. Bottom of the 3rd, Yankees led 1-0. Make that 2-0. Don Mattingly connects on a Charlie Huff knuckler. Number 18 of the year makes it 2-zip. Top of the 6th, the Rangers getting to Joe Niekro. Scott Fletcher, the base hit into center field. His consecutive game hitting streak now at 19. Oddibe McDowell comes around, and it's 2-1 Yankees. After a Pete O'Brien single, Larry Parrish with a drive to the deepest part of Yankee Stadium. This will hit off the top of the wall and bounce back for an RBI double, and the game is tied at 2. It stayed that way to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Yankees loaded the bases, and with 2 out, Ron Hassey bounces one. Mitch Williams late getting off the mound. Hassey will beat Pete O'Brien to the bag. The winning run scores from 3rd, and that's all she wrote for the Texas Rangers, and the Yankees are a happy group. Charlie Huff, the hard luck loser. The Rangers lose their 7th in a row. But the Yankees, they are on a roll. They have won 3 straight, and they are now 3 games back of the Boston Red Sox. 3-2 over the Texas Rangers in 10 innings. Ron Hassey had this to say about the winning play after the game.
I didn't really know I had it. I didn't know when I hit the ball that there was nobody covering first, and O'Brien had to beat me to first base. I felt the best play for me to go in there, and thought it'd be close plays if I slid, and fortunate I was safe.
I think it's still a little too early to be looking ahead and, worrying about what Boston does and everything. I think we play like we did the last 3 games, and the first 2 games against Chicago. Shoot, I think it's going to be a great second half for us, and things seem to be coming together for us. So as long as we win, we have nothing to worry about.
Our starters are going 5 or 6 strong innings and keeping it close. And, you know, we're coming in the whole situation, and Rags is coming in and saving the games. So, you know, that's the way it should be done, and you know, we're doing it right now.
Earlier this year, they had the town of Cleveland dancing in the streets. But the way the Tribe is playing now, that may have been only a warm-up. Tonight, against the Chicago White Sox in Cleveland in the bottom of the first inning with Bernazard at second, Joe Carter comes with a base hit to left field. Ivan Bubbling Calderon bobbles it out there. Bernazard scores. It's 1-0 Indians. A couple of batters later, up steps Julio Generalissimo Franco. Here's the shot to center field. Steve Lyons, Tigers and Bears. Oh, my. Drops the ball. Thornton scores. 2-0 Tribe after 1. They busted open to the second. Brooke Jacoby keys a 4-run rally. This 2-run single scores Butler and Carter. 6-0 Tribe after 2. White Sox make it 6-2. They're wondering whether they could actually bounce back. But Cleveland had other ideas. Boom! Andre Thornton solo homer, his 14th of the year. And in golf, where this ball lands, they call this thing, is it in the glove? No, it's an unplayable lie. Over the fence. Home run. And the Cleveland Indians are now 5 back of the Red Sox. The Tribe on the warpath. They beat Chicago 7-2. The last time Ken Schramm lost was in May. He is now 11-2. Elsewhere in the American League, Bye-Bye Balboni hit his 20th. Frank White hit his 13th as Kansas City beat Baltimore by the score of 7-3. Gubas, a 4 2/3 innings of hitless relief, pitched very well as the Royals beat Scotty McGregor and the Orioles. At Seattle, Dave Steve picks up his first lifetime save for the Blue Jays. Jesse Barfield, Major League leading 25th homer. Toronto 6, Seattle 2. Ken, good evening, Mr. Phelps, with his 15th homer of the year for the Mariners. At Detroit, Jack Morris' scoreless inning streak snapped at 32, and a couple of errors were made behind him, but no problem. Detroit powdered Minnesota 12-2. Is he hot, Johnny Grubb? Last night, 2 homers tonight. Pinch hit grand slam. Kirk Gibson with a 3-run homer. On the West Coast,